Join us for the following previews.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Adolf, and I have with me Jake.
Howdy, folks.
And Jacob.
Hi, everybody.
And we are getting ready to get into the fall of 2024, or the autumn. And we're going to give you a preview of the 3D and 2D movies that are going to come out. So we wanted to have this up sooner than later, so that way you know what to expect. And some of the stuff is about to come out or just came out. So that way we'll tell you our thoughts on these movies as we see them. And this fall is kind of an interesting fall, but we'll get to it. So first up, in September of this year, of obviously this month, the first movie is Transformers 1 animated movie. This is coming out on the 20th. Untold story of Optimus Prime and Megatron, and they become friends, and now they're become enemies. So what do you guys think of this animated Transformers movie, from what y'all seen of it so far?
It looks cheap and very kiddified, which I the original show was kind of like that, but the animation was ironically better on the 80s cartoon. But I don't know. Seems very kid-centric.
All right, Jake?
Yep. As somebody, the only Transformers movie I like is Bumblebee, and I don't think that's changing anytime soon. Hard to pass for me.
Yeah. Compared to the other Transformers movies, this feels like a fresh breath air for me. But I have not seen the last two Transformers movies. I've only seen the Michael Bay ones. So I don't know how good Bumblebee is because I haven't watched it yet. So, obviously I don't have those to compare. This looks alright to good to me. I mean, I'd rather have it to be animated than have it to be live action. And, it seems fine. I like it. Ish.
Yeah.
I'm positive where you guys are kind of not. So, yeah. All right. Next movie, The Wild Robot, coming on September 27th. This recently got a different release date, so now this is the 27th. Now, Jake and I were really hot on this movie for the first trailer, and the second trailer came out, and it kind of crapped the bed and kind of ruined it for us. And Jake, do you have any other thoughts to say about this?
Yeah. They're lucky I have a movie pass plan, because after that second trailer, there'd been no way I would shelled out ticket price to see this.
Jacob, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's like, I wish I had a movie plan that was good enough to go see unlimited movies for so much a month, but yeah, it's hard to justify spending ticket price after that second trailer dropped. It just seems so generic now.
Now, the thing is, with this and Transformers, I think both of them could look beautiful in 3D.
Yeah, I mean, this one, at least the Wild Robot looks pretty compared to Transformers 1.
If it just would shut the hell up and just be, confidence enough in your audience to know what's going on without, telegraphing everything, then I think it would have been a really good movie. But no, they have to tell you everything, and it's just like, okay, I guess you're aiming for kids, for little kids, and you had a good first trailer, and you kind of just ruined it. So, Not too hyped for this anymore. Which is sad, because this is like the one original movie coming out this year, this fall.
Yeah.
Now, this fall, we're just going to tell you, is the rest of the damn year, because I don't want to put like winter and have like 1 month. So it's going to have September, October, November, and December. So might as well just finish out the year. Fall officially begins, what is it, like September 23rd or 24th or something? When is that equinox? I don't remember.
I think it's like the 21st or the 22nd. I can't remember.
Yeah. So, obviously, listeners at home, you'll know. But, yeah, we're just going to include everything for the rest of the year. I mean, technically, winter doesn't start until like the 20th or 21st or something. I don't know. So, it's just easier to have everything. So, next movie. Now, this movie is something that is not going to be releasing in America, at least not yet. It's called Arm. I have no idea how to pronounce it actually in its native tongue, so it's just Arm. Jake, do you want to try to pronounce that, or Jacob, or no? It's okay if
Arm
not.
is good enough.
Ariante Rondam Moshaham? I don't know.
All right.
I'm going to stick with Arm. I think that's the least offensive thing I can do.
All right. Have you guys heard about this, or is this new to y'all?
Oh, this
New.
is new to me.
So, this is I guess a Hindu 3D movie. Originally, it was not a 3D movie, and it was something that is one of those kind of really cool action movies. And I'm going to show the trailer right now so you guys can watch it without audio. But all the audio is, I think, in Hindu or Malaysian. One of our Malaysian fans told me about this, and I was like, well, I'll go ahead and include it in the preview, considering it's coming out outside the US.
There's a 50-50 chance I might get this up at Bridgeport, because they do run a lot of Hindi movie
And
have shown 3D ones there.
was it like 2 years ago, Jacob, where you watched Brahmastra? I think it was, right?
Yeah.
It was
that
this
I was
month.
joking. Yeah, that I was calling Brahmaster to be an asshole.
So yeah, this movie is coming out on the 12th, which is for India and other markets outside the US. No idea if this is coming out in the US. It might, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not this month, but maybe.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Bollywood's
limited
come
markets.
a long way.
Yeah. So you can kind of see how they're playing up the 3D here. And now, Jacob, you watched Brahmastra. You thought the 3D was pretty excellent there, right?
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So this could have a really great 3D showing, and just want to throw it out there because I think it's interesting. And it is a 3D release that is confirmed. Now, there's one movie that's not confirmed, and that's going to be our next movie. We're going into October of 2024 now. Now, do you guys have a guess what October movie is not confirmed yet? But I'm going to suspect it is probably a 3D movie. You guys want to guess it? Yeah? Jake, do you have a guess?
No.
All right, Jacob, you're right. Venom: The Last Dance. That is the next potential 3D movie. Now, they have not confirmed it. It's not confirmed in the newest trailer. Or newest trailer might actually drop the same day we're posting this, which is always wonderful. Whenever you know about a trailer coming up and you want to post something soon.
Well, we can always do an emergency show when it drops.
I'll probably I'll be busy then. But considering the last two Venom movies had 3D releases, and I think a poster from outside the US mentions IMAX 3D, I'm penciling in as a 3D release. Do you guys think this is going to be a 3D release or no?
Oh, yeah. I keep seeing posts on Real D on like their Facebook with this movie, so I think it's almost 95% confirmed.
But not 100%. That's what drives me crazy. Because it's like, just tell me it's 3D.
But because it's Sony.
Yeah, we get no respect. You'd think they would respect the 3D since we pay a premium.
And they made a ton of money off the last two movies in 3D. So it's not like they don't make money on.
No, but this seems to be all 3D movies. They just take us for granted.
So, like, we don't know. We don't have a trailer confirming 3D. We don't have a poster that says 3D on it. And the website doesn't confirm it. But right now, at least, I feel like it's a decent chance. A good enough chance to include it.
Yeah. If they confirm it before it opens, I'll be there opening day. If not, I'll see it whenever.
This is coming out October 25th. So it's right in the middle of spooky season, right, almost for Halloween. What do you guys think of this trailer?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be as I don't know. There's a weird charm about the other Venom movies, and that trailer just didn't do it for me.
I have
But
no
it's-
idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like why are these people going after Venom, and why is there? I mean, I get it's a sense of finality. They're just probably wanting to finish this and just maybe get
Mhm.
integrated in the MCU, but I just want to know what's going on. Who the bad person is, a clear and definite.
I know. I mean, it does look better than Craven
It does look better than Craven and
and Morbius.
and
And
Morbius.
Madam Web.
Madam Web, yeah.
Madam Web, god awful.
That's why we can't confirm it to be 100% because Madam Web and Morbius did not get 3D releases. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
Venom did. So I think it's 3D, but we haven't gotten confirmation as of recording this.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Sony.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
when
love
was
you
Sony
too.
3 movie Garfield?
Yeah.
And before that, Venom 2?
Yeah.
Now, we're recording this on September 11th at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So
Never
things may
forget.
change. Yeah, never forget. Feels like that was forever ago, though. It was like almost 25 years, right?
23.
Yeah, we are forgetting.
All right, let's move on to November, where the first movie is Wicked. Now, originally it had part 1, but I think it's not having part 1 in the title now, but it is part 1 of 2. So Wicked is coming out on November 26th, ready for Thanksgiving. What do you guys think of Wicked from the trailers?
It looks bad, but I'll still watch it.
Yeah. To me, it looks like Oz. It looks the Oz movie that Raimi did, and I'm just look at the trailer and I'm like going, like, why can't you just confess this is a musical?
Yeah, well, because movies like Cats and West Side Story have flopped. And
They flopped
why.
because they were terrible. But when a musical is halfway decent, like The Greatest Showman, they are making money hand over fist.
Yeah.
Because the people who love musicals.
Now, Jake, you were mentioning the previous Oz movie. You mean Oz the Great and Powerful?
Yeah, the one Raimi did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
this
was actually
has the
pretty good. I
same-
like that one.
I mean, it's okay, but I mean, compared to Wizard of Oz,
Yeah.
Even Return of Oz, it's like,
yeah. But I mean, this just Wicked just looked like it was just a continuation of that. I mean, the same palette, everything, the character designs. I mean, it just didn't seem to have an identity of its own. I mean, I'm barely familiar with the play. I mean,
Has anyone else watched the play besides me?
no.
no.
I really enjoyed the play. Now, the play is like in 2 halves as well, and before the intermission. And like the second half, I thought was stronger than the first half, but I was really entertained, and it was really well made and a lot of fun. Really great musical numbers and a great story where it's about judging people and fake news, and it's really timely in that way. And I think it really works as a play. Now, watching this trailer, I was just kind of hot and cold about it. Not like super thrilled, but not against it either. I agree with Jake 100%. Why the hell are they not advertising this as a musical when the play is?
Yeah.
I mean, the last hit musical, if you don't count like the Lion King remake, would probably be The Greatest Showman.
Mm-hmm. They promoted that as a musical, and it made money hand over fist.
It's like the highest grossing musical non-inflation and grossed of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's just like musicals aren't in vogue, I guess.
John Woo's directed one, and I can't wait to see it.
That's interesting. John Chu is directing this one, and he's never really done a musical before.
Yeah.
It's interesting, unless you count the oh god, what is that one movie based off the cartoon? Came out like almost 10 years ago. Not Josie and the Pussycats, Jim and the Holograms. I don't know if that was a musical, but
I think it was. I think it was supposed to be technically.
And I think they edited out all the music parts from what I heard.
Now the movie does look really pretty though, so I think
Mm-hmm.
potentially it could be
And
incredible.
it says,
in 3D.
oh, and it's got a great cast. I mean, there is potential there.
Yeah,
But these trailers make it look like it's a slightly bigger budget of Once Upon that ABC fairy tale show.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. The cinematography just looks like it's all green screen and it
all
just looks
CG. There's nothing practical.
Yeah. I feel like well, probably not this cast for the most part, but I assume like some old school like actors would be crying like oh god,
But
from the
yeah,
Hop-
Jeff
he's
Goldblum was a inspired choice for this because he
Yeah.
is a singer.
Yeah.
And
all right.
I don't know. It just seems cheap, even though it had a huge budget. It just seems cheap.
yeah,
All right, let's keep going here to Moana 2. Now, I have actually not seen the newest trailer, but it seemed fine.
yeah.
The thing with Moana is that I absolutely adored it when I watched it. I haven't rewatched it, and it looked fantastic in 3D, and the movie itself was a joy to watch because it was fresh and original. Now, I don't know if they could replicate that for this one, but I'm game. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen Moana 1.
Okay, the trailers don't. They just kind of just show you just some generic stuff, and it doesn't do anything to turn you off. It just looks like you're going to get more of what you got in the first one.
Yeah. And Dwayne Johnson actually could sing really well. I don't know if it's his voice, but you know, he plays it off.
Whoever
well.
they got, whoever's doing the singing, it's working.
Yeah, and this was a musical almost, and it was a lot of fun. I think I gave it like a 10 in Editor's Choice 3D because they really played the 3D up so well. It was wonderful. They would play with the aspect ratio, and parts of the boat would fly off, and water would be coming off the ratio. It was really nice 3D. I don't know if you guys remember the 3D aspect of the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, all I know is the disc for this is because I don't have it yet. For
Jacob?
the first Moana.
I haven't seen the first Moana at all.
So now it's kind of weird because there's a live action version of this movie coming out too, or the first one. So it's kind of soon to have 2 and a live action, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah, Disney and their live action remakes.
And speaking of which, we're going into December, and we only got one movie in December, and that's their live action animated Mufasa movie. And this is notable because the 2019 movie made a lot of money. I don't hate the movie. I just think it kind of feels soulless.
Yeah.
And this, I think
the trailer for this looks soulless.
Yeah.
It looks better, but yeah.
It's just the realist aspect of it. It makes them less, like their facial expressions less interesting, less human-like to be relatable, I guess. And it's not even a live action. It's just all animated.
Yeah, it's just a different style of animation, and I prefer the original style.
Yeah. I just wish Disney would make 2D animation again.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks better than the original, and they're more expressive, but it's still soulless to a degree. Now, obviously the big thing about Mufasa is we know how this story ends in The Lion King, so we don't really worry about him in this movie because we know he survives to be in The Lion King.
There's no suspense.
We don't
And
need an
if
origin story for every character.
yeah, and if you do something stupid like have him, oh, he has a secret twin, and this one dies, and the other one takes the name. That's even a bigger cop out.
And will
No.
piss off people more than how clever it is, you know. So
Yeah. So they're when you tell a prequel, you kind of lose the suspense factor.
you have to make it interesting to really make people
Mhm.
care.
Yeah.
So that is it for the 3D releases that I know of. Did I miss anything? Because I don't think so. I did look pretty hard, and I kind of feel like it's kind of a light load this year.
You could thank the strikes for that.
Yeah.
And COVID.
Unless there's any re-releases in COVID.
Yeah, I haven't seen any
Yeah.
re-releases either. Usually we get surprised by a re-release. Like,
Hey, we got Coraline at Fathom Events in 3D, which blew my mind because
Yeah,
usually they're 2D only.
Yeah.
Unless Sonic 3 is 3D, because I've heard rumors that it's supposed to be in 3D, so Sonic 3 could potentially be 3D.
So, I guess before we get to the 2D noteworthy releases, what movie are you most looking forward to? What movie are you least looking forward to? I'm not really looking forward to much of any of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to see Megalopolis, like just in
Well,
3D
yeah.
or 2D.
3D only first.
Okay.
Probably Venom, but that's really it. If that's going to be in 3D, and if Sonic 3 is going to be in 3D, then that one.
I hope that Wicked is a bad trailers and the movie is great. I think it has a lot of potential to look beautiful in 3D, and I like to play a lot. So I guess that's my most anticipated. Least anticipated, just because of how they ruined the movie in the second trailer, Wild Robot, for me.
No.
Yeah. Jake, what's your most anticipated 3D movie?
Well, let me think here. Probably Arm, honestly.
Something fresh and different.
Yep, exactly.
All right. What are you least looking forward to?
Wicked.
All right. Jacob?
Same.
I'm hoping
Okay.
against hope.
All right.
Yeah.
We've been ruined by cats.
All
I
right.
haven't even seen the trailer. It just looks bad for cats.
All right. Let's get to the noteworthy 2D only releases. So obviously it just released already. Beetlejuice. Just put it out there because I think it's noteworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, you mentioned this. Coraline 15th anniversary Fathom event. And we did actually get a release of this earlier. So now it's coming back again. So limited releases, but cool.
Yeah, and if you get a chance to see it in 3D, watch it in 3D.
Yeah.
But if you can't, it's worthwhile in 2D.
Yeah.
We got 4:30 the movie. I don't know if you guys heard of that one or know anything about that.
Yeah, Kevin's movie.
Kevin Smith's
Yeah.
back.
I like Kevin Smith, so I'm not going to see this in theater, but I'm interested.
Yeah.
Meanwhile on Earth, you guys see this on Netflix?
Not familiar with it.
So this is an animated movie from Netflix. Actually not animated. This is like a space drama. So yeah. And then what else we got here? Speak No Evil. Anyone interested in that?
I'm as one of the few people who apparently has seen the trailer, because apparently it was only playing with a couple of horror movies. Because most people have been griping because they haven't seen the trailer yet. It looks pretty good. Yeah, this has been a banger year for horror movies.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not any 3D horror movies for us, but fine.
Yeah.
But
But there's been some super good ones this year, so it's going to have a lot of competition.
we got on the 15th and 18th of September, Blazing Saddles 50th anniversary with the Fathom events. Blazing Saddles is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I watched it like last year, I think. I was drunk.
But you can buy it on physical media for less than a Fathom ticket,
True.
and it would probably look better. Fathom events screenings are notoriously low quality unless you live in a really major metropolitan market that has theaters that really care. I mean, my Coraline was okay, but they didn't give a crap.
I watched this drunk maybe a year ago, and I was worried about it being really dated. And in some ways it is, but in some ways it actually really works. I mean, Mel Brooks, I think, is hilarious, generally speaking. And I think this holds up pretty damn well. I think it's a lot of fun. It's really funny and smart. And it's both sad and funny that it's still... it's still very relevant 50 years later.
Yeah, and it's a parody of a Western whose name I am not gonna say.
Why is it racist?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Does it have John Wayne in it?
No.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. The first word is boss and the second is the N word.
Gotcha. I remember that one. Never.
Yeah, and Blazing Saddles was inspired by that movie to make fun of it.
Jacob, you haven't watched it?
Oh, I love Blazing Saddles. I haven't watched it in years, but
yeah.
All right. On the 19th of this month of September, we got the original Matrix movie. The best Matrix movie by far.
It's still not
it should have. Yeah, the sequels. Each sequel gets worse.
Yeah.
And it just. I don't hate 2 and 3 as much as other people, but I don't. Obviously, Matrix 1 was a revolution for cinema and changed how special effects were done, and I really love the story. The original was great. I love the original, but each sequel got worse, and they don't know what they're doing with that franchise. The Animatrix is kind of cool, but still, they don't really know what they're doing with this franchise. They probably should just left it at the first. But still...
I think it exploded. They didn't expect it to be a hit, and they came up with something.
And they try to get too smart for their own good.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Preachy and trying to be, clever. No, it's just annoying.
But the Wachowskis just aren't good filmmakers. Hot take.
Yeah. On the 20th, we got Never Let Go. You guys interested in that or not?
What is that? I've never
heard of it.
All right.
Yeah. Haven't seen a trailer, haven't heard of it.
Let's keep going then. The Super/Man, the Christopher Reeve story, a documentary on Christopher Reeve being Superman and his how he acted as Superman. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I look forward to watching it on Max.
Someday I'll see it on a streaming if I can afford it, because the streaming channels are getting to be ridiculous.
Right now, there's a Disney Plus Hulu Max combo that I think was like $17.99 with commercials. Ain't bad. That ain't bad. Now the commercials. The commercials.
I'm old school. If they make me watch commercials, I expect free.
The commercials are really bad when it comes to movies on Max, where they do not like. It's not like old school movies on TV where they actually tried to give you a decent break in time, where they're like, okay, we'll give you like a act break or some kind of thing.
Sounds like Roku ads, just random.
Yeah, and Peacock, surprisingly enough, they actually just give you 5 minutes of ads, and then you watch the entire movie without any ads. That's fine. I could deal with that. Not with these crappy cuts, but whatever.
Yeah, I would deal with that because I've got some games I play on my Roku that do that. I can watch 5 minutes of ads and can play indefinitely, or I can get an ad break every 15 minutes. My choice.
The 22nd and 25th on Flashback Cinema, Psycho Extended Cut. You guys,
I've never seen Psycho.
I've never seen it either, but I heard good.
Are you sure Psycho?
On Flashback Cinema?
Yeah, I can't. I've never heard of there being an extended cut of Psycho.
There is one. It's on the 4K Blu-ray release. I think it was even on the remastered Blu-ray release of the 60th anniversary.
Ah,
Yeah. Look at the schedule.
interesting.
Yep, Psycho Extended Cut. So Hitchcock's original Psycho. I mean, Lord of the Rings also comes out this month, but it comes out every like 5 months or something on. So
Yeah.
I just feel like it came out.
yeah, I love the original Lord of the Rings. Do not get me wrong. I think the original trilogy, fantastic, incredible, well crafted movies. But you get to see them all the time on different theater chains, so not that big a deal for me.
Yeah.
All right. Psycho, classic Jake. What's your thoughts on Psycho? Original.
Incredible movie.
All right. Why?
It's just so well put together. Suspenseful. It's clever. It's well written. It's well directed. It's well edited. It's well acted. I mean, it's considered one of the greatest films ever made. And it was a FU to William Castle, who told Hitchcock he was a has-been. Because Hitchcock criticized Castle's movies as being cheap. I mean, everything Hitchcock said was true, and that's why I love Castle movies. And William Castle shot back, and then Hitchcock said, okay, I'll take my TV crew, and I'll make a movie. And it was Psycho.
It's surprising the TV crew made a good-looking movie, at least based on trailers and, the spoilers I've seen over the years.
Yeah, in fact, it was the same guys who shot the Outer Limits TV show.
Yeah. That show looks incredible.
Yeah, that's why Psycho looks so incredible. And then, of course, casting Anthony Perkins was genius. Of course, it also typecast him to hell and back. I mean, it's a typecasting. His son even laughs. It says even I'm typecast.
All right. Next up, from September 26th to October 3rd, Howl's Moving Castle is a Fathom event. I'm a big fan of Howl's Moving Castle. I think it's not as good as other animes, but it's very solid.
Yeah. But again, you could
gorgeous.
probably buy a copy of this cheaper than a Fathom ticket.
Yeah, you could go to Walmart and get a Blu-ray copy for $12, or you could splurge and get the 4K for like $20-$25. They'd probably look better.
Yeah, and your home set up, and you don't have to put up with screaming kids and
nerds,
or other and crap, and a dirty theater.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, a new release. This is a big one, I think. This is going to be really interesting. It's a movie. No, it's not a movie. It's a film. Not for theaters, for cinema. It's one of those artsy fartsy movies. It looks pretty awesome. Megalopolis.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be there. I cannot not see a Francis Ford Coppola movie.
It's just there's so much controversy surrounding him in the movie.
I know, he's always been that way. He's always been an asshole. Always.
But has it always been like sexually assaulty people, or?
Yeah, he's always been that way. But I've never had a problem separating the person from their art. I mean, it depends on what you do.
Now, this definitely looks like art. This movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so pretentious that I think it's either going to go over the audience's heads, or it's just going to be a terrible film.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It definitely looks cool. I'm interested at least.
Well,
what-
I can remember all the bad reviews. Apocalypse Now got.
Yeah, I can remember the bad reviews of Jack too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I kind of agree with a lot of those.
Yeah,
I mean, he doesn't hit a home run every time.
no, arguably he's only done it 4 times.
But
5.
yeah, but some of those were amazing.
Yeah.
Now I heard that there's like a part of the movie. I don't know if it's just the beginning where they actually have like someone come into the theater and like interact with the movie. And I don't know if that's a spoiler or what, but like that's part of the problem they had with getting this movie distributed, because they need to have like an actor actually like to jump off the what's going on screen, actually go in the theater. I don't know how that actually works. I don't know if it's just a rumor. I don't know if they changed it, but that's interesting.
I don't know. That's interesting, but
I mean, if any movie would look cool in 3D, this could look pretty badass in 3D. It looks really cool visually.
Yeah.
All right. September 29th and October 2nd, the original
and
Shining.
Francis Ford Coppola's first movie was in 3D.
What was that?
Oh, it was some skin flick.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's on Blu-ray somewhere. I need to
Yep. Yeah, I've got it somewhere.
All right. The Shining, the original Shining. I love The Shining. Shining's fantastic.
Now, that I want to see the extended version. Because I'm one of the few people, I actually saw it opening weekend. So I got to see the end scene after I'm not going to spoil it, but there's another scene that goes beyond that. And for some reason, Kubrick decided, nope, that's not part of my movie anymore. And he had the studio cut it off of every print. And it hasn't been seen since.
I like The Shining. I don't know. It's just something about Kubrick's movies are so overrated. He just concentrates on the style more than the substance, and I don't know.
He's not a very emotional person. He was very cold, calculated, and
Yeah.
I just feel it makes you distant from humanity if all your films are like that.
And I think Stephen King was pissed about The Shining is because he had sympathy for Jack, and Kubrick just saw him as an abusive jerk with no redeeming qualities.
And he cast Jack Nicholson, and it's a great performance, but it just makes it too obvious that he's going to go crazy.
Yeah.
I still think it's a fantastic movie. I love it. But yeah, I agree with your sentiments, though.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to October. Got Monster Summer and Joker for the Ducks. Joker 2.
Folie à deux.
Folie à deux.
Folie.
Okay.
Never heard of Monster Summer.
You never heard of Monster Summer either.
Yeah. I'm looking that up right now.
I'm just. Have they rebranded the Hotel Transylvanian series?
Nope.
Or is it?
It's starring Mel Gibson, which obviously Mel Gibson is very problematic, but it is a interesting, fun, kind of hot, spooky movie for Halloween.
Kevin James is in it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Mel Gibson and Kevin James, and I think it looks interesting. My hype for Joker 2 has kind of gone down to like almost nothing. I don't know. It just something about it just rubs me the wrong way. Like again, if you're gonna be a musical, show me.
Yeah. The trailers look fine.
Yeah.
It's what people are saying behind the scenes make me worried. But I don't know if it's people who are just sour grapes or what's going on. Because I do know a lot of people didn't get involved with the first Joker movie at Warner Brothers. Then when it made $1 billion, wanted to get on board with the sequel, and they were like, nope, we don't need you.
I think this is a case of they gave the filmmakers carte blanche and they did everything they could think of, and it's just going to be too much thrown at the wall trying to stick. I think that's what it's going to be. That.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that. I think I agree with you.
And Lady Gaga wants to win her Oscar, whatever.
I mean, she already won an Oscar, but not for acting.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. On the 6th to the 9th of October, we got the Flashback Cinema re-release of Twilight Zone Breaking Dawn Part 1, which Twilight Saga movies are pretty bad, all of them. This one might be the best. The Breaking Dawn was probably the best of them all, but still, bad. I don't know if they hold up at all.
I have no interest. I even quit going to Halloween Town event because it's become more of a Twilight event.
Yeah, I still like Halloween Town though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, they filmed it up near where I live, and they have the whole month of October. It's like this big celebration, and you can go, and they have some of the props up, and it used to have a lot of the cast, but as they started dropping, and now it's become more and more Twilight.
Jacob, have you watched any of these movies or no?
I watched the very first one in its entirety, and I was bored by it. And I watched half of the second one, and thankfully, the DVD from Netflix was so scratched up I couldn't play anymore, and I was thankful.
Okay.
I've probably seen maybe an hour of footage from all of them. I had no interest. They looked terrible.
Yeah, they're really bad acted, bad written, and they're just basic kind of fluff for horny girls, to be honest. It's not really a good movie series. I don't think so at all. My wife read the books. She's like, the books are way better. The movies are pretty bad. So,
and the books are terrible.
Yeah.
I tried to read one. And it was like, this is like 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, there's a reason for that.
I know there's a reason because I know what 50 Shades of Grey was. They were this is fan fiction.
And ironically, 9/11 caused 50 Shades of Grey to happen. There's a nice 7 degrees of separation there if you look into it.
All right, let's move on here.
And we're recording it on the anniversary.
All right.
Exactly.
Oh,
all right,
God.
let's move on here. On the 11th of October, which I can't really move on from the 11th, really, but fine.
Segway.
Saturday Night, a documentary on Saturday Night Live. I'm game.
No, not a documentary.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's not a documentary.
Okay.
It's directed by Jason Reitman.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I guess like a fake documentary or kind of mock.
No, it's a drama.
Okay. All right. The 13th and 16th of Lost Boys, 1987. I've never watched this. Jake?
Same.
Oh, Lost Boys is great.
Okay.
It's well worth seeing.
On the 18th, Smile 2. I haven't watched the first one, but I think, Jake, you really liked the first one, right?
No.
No?
It is a perfect 5 out of 10 horror film.
Yeah. This one's getting buzz simply because Jack Nicholson's son's on the poster.
Yeah, and he has that smile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got Dad's smile.
Smile 2.
All right. On the 19th and 21st of October, we got Back to the Future 2 for the 35th anniversary of Phantom Events. I love Back to the Future 2. I think it's great.
It is good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can buy all three of. You can buy the whole trilogy for less than that damn ticket.
Well, yeah, but
hey, they're brilliant.
Yeah, and you'll have a lot of fun being able to watch all three of them
Now,
back to back.
It's kind of hard to not watch them all three back to back, though, because they kind of, make it so easy to kind of binge them because the stories all kind of connect so well together.
Mm-hmm.
But it's especially the middle film where you want to, if you've never seen the first or the third one, you want to watch all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember I watched Back to the Future 2 on New Year's Day 2015, and it was fun. It was fun to watch it, or knowing that wasn't the future that we had. Or 2016, I don't remember, 2015, 2016, yeah. All right, 2020 and third, Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2. Yeah, last one. All right, moving on, 26th to 30th. Kiki Delivery Service. I think that's fantastic. I love Kiki's Delivery Service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Never seen it.
It's a really beautiful anime. It's a really sweet story.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the overpriced Fathom ticket.
Enough already. Just 10 years. Fathom. All right.
Well, Fathom, you can't use if you have a movie pass, you can't use it.
All
Yeah.
right.
And then they also charge more.
All right, let's just talk about the movies and Fathom or Flashback Cinema. If it is what it is. But yeah, October 27th, 30th, and 31st, Exorcist Director's Extended Cut that you've never seen before on Flashback Cinema. I've never seen that version because I've never seen it before, but Exorcist is fantastic, the first one.
I wonder if it's a new director's cut or if it's just the one from the year 2000 that's just being...
I don't know. Because... we've got two separate cuts of The Exorcist. That was kind of how Freakin' and Blatty made their peace with each other. They each got their own cut.
Yeah.
And they're both worth seeing.
Yeah.
And the third Exorcist movie is worth seeing. And that also comes in two flavors.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to
the second one, even though James Earl Jones is in it, rest in peace. Don't watch it. For God's sake, do not watch. Unless you really, really like bad movies. Like Cats.
All right. November 1st, we got Weekend in Tapai. And
Never
this is Luke Evans. I don't know. It's like yeah.
Is that the guy who plays Han in the Fast and Furious movies?
Yeah. I think so. And we also got Here. Here looks good.
Never heard of it.
And then the 15th, we got Heretic and Red One. Red One is really weird. It's like a rated R. I thought this movie already came out, but it got delayed. But it's like a rated R.
I thought Red One was a PG-13 Christmas action movie.
Okay, maybe it is PG-13, but yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Red One is just like, this should have been 3D, and it's out there. I thought it came out already and just bombed, but it did not come out already. No.
It was supposed to have come out last year, but I think because of the strikes and production issues, mainly because of The Rock not showing up to set for most of the time, allegedly.
Yeah. So yeah, this is Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans is the most interesting part in the trailer.
Lucy Liu. Yeah. And it's a Christmas action movie, and this should have been 3D.
A lot of CG. Yeah, a lot of CG.
Why the hell is this coming out closer to Christmas?
It's Amazon.
Yeah.
I think November is a good time for it to lead into the holiday season, so it's not just, it's opening Christmas weekend and then it's going to drop off after that.
And Heretic, Jake, are you excited for this horror movie from age 24?
It could be interesting.
Hugh Grant is apparently the bad guy, and it has a good premise.
Yeah. Like I said, this has been one of the best years for horror.
Now, this is interesting.
That's a bit of it.
Yeah. On the 17th and 20th, The Fifth Element comes out to Fathom Events. We talked about The Fifth Element for the patrons.
Yeah, we just saw it.
Do you want us to watch it again in theaters?
No, but if you're a patron,
If
you can listen
I
to
would
us
go
talk
buy
about
the
it.
disc. Not pay that price for that ticket.
The disc is worth it.
Yep, I imagine it is.
All right, on the 22nd, we got Gladiator 2, which looks terrible.
Yep.
Ever seen Gladiator 1?
Now, Gladiator 1, I respect the hell out of.
Oh, I somewhere around here have a super shitty Russian bootleg of the first Gladiator in 3D.
Gladiatovsky.
And it's a terrible conversion. It's even worse than the Sharknado conversion.
And Gladiator 1, artistically, acting-wise, I thought it was great. Movie-wise, I thought it was kind of slow, but well made. This one just looks so bad. I don't know why they made this at all.
I don't know why Ridley Scott's making movies. He's like almost 90 years old, and I think he's clearly lost his touch because some of his most recent movies have just been not good.
Yeah. We also got Spellbound on Netflix, animated, just one of those made from the director of Shrek and Little Mermaid. Is a young princess who saved the family and mysterious spell transforms the parents to monsters. Pretty, Netflix generic animated movie.
Yeah.
Could have looked great in 3D, but no.
Yeah. So now when people want to look up this Hitchcock movie, they're going to bump into crap about this.
All right. On December 4th, we got That Christmas on Netflix. You guys heard of that movie or no?
Nope.
Is it a sequel to This Christmas?
Let me wait for the commercial. It's another animated movie.
Oh, guess not.
So, Netflix animated movie about Christmas. Again, some of these Netflix
The only
movies...
Netflix Christmas movies I like have Kurt Russell in them.
All right.
I like the description on IMDb. The story of a Christmas that needed more than just a sack full of fixing. Lord.
All right. December 6th, we got Night Bitch.
Night Bitch, yeah.
Weird
That's
movie.
Probably going to be...
I've heard mixed things from the TIFF screenings.
Yeah, so I'm figuring that's going to be up my alley because so many people are so offended.
Yeah, it looks weird. I'm kind of interested, but kind of not interested at the same time.
Yeah. She's gunning for an Oscar, and I don't know if Amy Adams is going to get it. She'll be nominated most likely, but I think that's the only award the film's going to get is a nomination for Best Actress.
Yeah, and it may not even get the Oscars. It may best be the Golden Globes.
Possibly.
And we got Y2K, a A24 film on the same day. Looks fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Fathom Events on the 7th through the 11th. My Neighbor Totoro. I'd never watched it, but I heard good things.
Oh, it's great.
All right. The 13th of December. Craven the Hunter.
So watch it just out of curiosity.
I think we're going to draw straws on this one.
I mean, it's not a 3D movie, so we don't have to watch it.
Yeah, okay, good for content.
But yeah, it's a week before Christmas, and we're gonna have. It looks really bad. They're trying to make him have superpowers based on animals, and it's not at all what the character from the comic book is. And it's just like, why are you doing this? And Sony has a horrible track record of movies besides Venom movies. So yeah,
they don't understand Spider-Man at all.
Because they haven't even used Spider-Man except in the animated ones.
And that's because they got Lord Miller doing that.
Probably not much longer because Lord Miller's sort of had a falling out with Sony.
Oh,
why is this coming out in December? why not push it to another time? Why? There's no.
Why not January?
Yeah. We also
Oh,
got
the
Go.
Lord of the Rings anime.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
It don't look good.
It doesn't look good. It just, I don't know what they're doing with the Lord of the Rings franchise lately, but I don't like it, and I'm not interested. But yeah, it's an anime based on Lord of
Get
the Rings.
fired.
It just seems like, oh, this is a little popular, so we're gonna recycle, franchise. Because shit, I can already because I bet you in a year or two they reboot Harry Potter.
I mean, they're already doing the TV series, so
Yeah.
So, yeah, and they're gonna probably reboot the movies.
So,
no.
So yeah, the War of Rohirrim.
Rohirrim.
Lord of the Rings anime. I don't know. It might be all right, but I'm not interested.
It's Peter Jackson in the tale of the big check.
Yeah,
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
All right, 15th and 16th, we got White Christmas, the 70th anniversary. I haven't watched this, but I heard about it. Jake, you know about White Christmas?
I've seen White Christmas. I thought everybody on Earth has seen White Christmas.
I've never seen White Christmas.
I've never seen it either.
The song is legendary.
Yeah.
Well, how's White Christmas?
Is kind of racist?
Yep.
I thought so.
All right.
Which is why I'm surprised it's getting a Fathom event.
7th anniversary. They gotta celebrate, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, they got the 4K coming out in November, so that's another tie.
Yeah. I mean, if you got to see it, I would recommend buying the disc instead of lining these guys' pocket with their crappy presentation in their theaters.
All right. Your experience may vary. I don't.
It might vary, but some of the screenings I've been to, it looked like they were running videotape.
All right. On the 20th of December, right before Christmas, we get Sonic 3, which looks good. Why the hell is this coming out in Christmas time? Why is this coming out against Mufasa? It's suicide.
Because I think it's going to be more successful than Mufasa and some of the other movies at that time. This is probably the most anticipated movie of the fall/winter.
I'm surprised, honestly, that did not push it. And it's literally the same day as Mufasa. So it's like, why? Why would you do that to yourself, Sonic? When the other movies have made good money, and it doesn't have to be a Christmas movie. It could just be any other time. It could be now. Could be, August movie, when nothing else is going on.
I think it's going to do better than The Lion King, because even though The Lion King was like a huge hit 5 years ago, it still didn't get a good reception, and I think the families are going to probably maybe keep them away.
All right. Is that a prediction, Jacob?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to flop, but it's going to...
I think parents are going to take their kids to see Sonic 3 more than Mufasa.
So it kind of makes me think in 2016 when it was supposed to be Batman v Superman versus Captain America 3 at the same time. Which one's going to flinch? I think Disney's going to flinch and push Mufasa back, possibly.
We'll see, but it's surprising that they actually did keep the date for both of them, that they haven't moved them yet. Obviously, this may change when you're listening to this, and one of them may blink, but I don't see the need to do this. This is kind of crazy to me, but two similar families, Besides that, Sonic 3 looks good. Keanu Reeves, love Keanu Reeves, and Shadow is a bad character, but in a bad, good kind of way.
I think it could be a Barbenheimer situation. Maybe it's going to be a
Sonic Fossa.
Son Fossa.
Sonic Fossa.
Mufonic.
Yeah, Mufonic.
Mufonic 3.
Yeah. And now Sonic 3, why the hell isn't this 3D? It should be.
It's a possibility. It's still young. We've only gotten the teaser, and so there's rumors that it's going to be in 3D.
I understood when the first one didn't have it because, they needed to change the graphics and the money they had. and then okay, fine. They changed the graphics. They rushed it. It looks a lot better, and fine. First one doesn't have it. Second one should have had it, and then they didn't. And now that that's the third one, it should be in 3D. It's perfect. Just have it Sonic 3D, for God's sakes. And these movies would look great in 3D. So it's sad that it's not confirmed, but I don't think it will be. That's why I put it in the 2D only section. But hopefully it is. Maybe I'm wrong.
Keep the hopes high.
Now this trailer was all super dark, so dark and 3D don't mix that well. But Keanu Reeves is fun, and oh God, I love Jim Carrey as Eggman. Robotnik, he's so good in that. So good. It's one of his best characters of all time, Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would go that far, but I really enjoy his Ivo Robotnik, and I think his performance as the granddad Robotnik is going to be really cool too. It just seems like Sonic Adventure 2 as a film, and I'm excited.
Jacob, have you played any of the Sonic games with Shadow? I heard they're bad.
Nope.
Jake?
Nope.
Yes, and like I've played the Shadow the Hedgehog video game long time ago, and it wasn't good. But I haven't, and like of course Sonic Adventure 2, which was really good. But it's mainly the translation and the cheap voice acting that kind of makes it so bad it's good or so good it's bad. You know, it's just. But the gameplay itself is really fun for Sonic Adventure 2, but Sonic or Shadow the Hedgehog not so much. That's just trying to be edgy.
Yeah, but Keanu Reeves is great for this role.
Yeah.
All right, we got two more. The Complete Unknown. This looks kind of interesting with James.
I have no interest in seeing a Bob Dylan biopic with Timothy Chalamet. Directed by James Mangold. I have no interest whatsoever.
But Bob Dylan's just awful. He's an awful singer.
I don't know why it's
a great
on Christmas.
Songwriter. I just don't. I mean, I have no. I mean,
you have
it's one of those
interest.
things. I will probably eventually see it on streaming some night when I'm bored out of my mind. But I don't see me watching it.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting. He is a different kind of musician, so it has an interesting story. But I think it's interesting.
Bob Dylan's story is well known.
Not to me.
And
younger generation doesn't know.
Yeah, I guess younger guys aren't going to know him when he lost his damn mind.
Yeah. And people love Timothy Chalamet, so it might be good kind of programming to the family films of December 20th. So who knows?
It just seems like a weird time to release it.
Oscar season, I think it's a perfect time.
You know what?
But Christmas isn't Oscar season, though.
No.
And that's another weird movie.
Now Nosferatu, see, and there ain't no way I'm going to see that because my butt's going to be in the theater to see Nosferatu.
Now why
Robert
is that coming
Eggers
on Christmas?
Is an incredible filmmaker, and I don't give a shit when they put his movies out. I will go see them.
Isn't that the second time they're trying to make Nosferatu into a thing, and it never becomes a big hit like they want it to be?
Well, you had Vampire like 25.
They've made several spins of the last Demeter was awesome. Sure, it didn't make a ton of money, but it's still a great movie, and it's just a matter of time before it discovers an audience because it's too good of a movie to not have an audience forever.
Yeah, why'd they release it in August?
Because it's when they can get space.
That was a terrible time for Universal.
I know.
Just like Lisa Frankenstein in February. Although that's kind of a love story, sort of.
Yeah, but the audiences it wasn't there. They should have held it to fall.
Yeah, and the marketing was pretty bad for it.
Bad. Yep. The marketing was extremely bad.
Marketing has gotten terrible for the most
Oh,
part.
it's been terrible because I don't know if you remember Ravenous.
Nope.
No.
It's a cannibal western, and the trailer they made it look like it's a period movie, but they used like White Zombie music. So everybody thought it was one of these old time movies with modern speak, kind of like A Knight's Tale. So people stayed away in droves. Only reason I saw it is because a friend wanted to see it and didn't want to go by themselves. So I went with them. And they got offended by the movie and left, and I had to get my own way home.
All right. So
It was an incredible movie. I highly recommend it.
Interesting story, unrelated to the movie, but okay.
Yeah. But
so of the noteworthy 2D only releases, which one are you most excited for? Which one are you least excited for?
Sonic 3 Brawl.
Nosferatu is the one I'm most excited for.
And Nosferatu is probably a close second because that one looks legit awesome.
Yeah, Robert Eggers is the bomb. He's an incredible director.
I guess for me, Megalopolis. I'm very curious to see how that works out.
Yeah, it's my number 2.
It's gonna bomb spectacularly.
Oh yeah.
There's no way it's gonna make any money, but hopefully someday it finds its audience. Now, French for Coppola will be long dead by the time that happens.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Adam Driver will be in his 60s and be like, I remember Megalopolis.
Yeah, I remember working with that SOB.
French, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Besides the re-releases, what movie are you least looking forward to for fall 2D releases?
A Complete Unknown.
All right.
Yeah, so I agree with that. I don't like Bob Dylan.
Red One could be really bad. It could be fun, but it could be bad too.
It looks cheesy. You got J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus, and he's gonna be
looks like a Netflix Christmas movie.
Oh, Gladiator 2. That's way worse.
Oh, Gladiator. That one is so bad. I even forgot it existed already.
That one is probably going to be successful because women are going to go show up in droves for Denzel and Paul Mescal and all the other hot men and near nakedness fighting and sinewy and all that.
I think, all those alpha males, that macho men, were like, oh, we got to see Gladiator 2 because it's how manly. But, it looks terrible. And I appreciate that they actually kept the Roman numeral there. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It seems such a
but the only reason Gladiator was interesting was Joaquin Phoenix and Russell Crowe, and they're not going to be in this one.
Well, spoiler, because they're dead.
Dead. Yeah. Well, I didn't want to spoil it for
good.
All right. Which movie 2D only release really wish it was a 3D release, actually?
Sonic 3.
Better be 3D. That's all I got to... It should be.
Craven the Hunter.
No.
I would love the original Matrix 3D.
I don't want... If they make that 3D, you're gonna get to review it.
No, the original
Just
Matrix,
for saying that.
The original Matrix, I think, would look pretty badass in 3D.
I think there's a pirate floating around that does, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Besides that, I agree with y'all. Not Lord of the Rings. Sonic 3 for sure. But yeah. That's coming out this fall, the rest of 2024. Now that the strike is long over and COVID is not a thing, I'm excited for 25. I think next year we can have a lot more releases and a lot more interesting stuff.
There's another strike going on now with the voice actors, so that'll affect animated movies and shows.
Well, I'm actually not against the strikes because they deserve to get paid well. But it sucks for us, the audience, or watching movies,
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, they definitely deserve to get paid well, and I am fine with that. But it still sucks for everyone.
Well, we deserve to be paid well too.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, $7.25 for minimum wage is a joke.
Oh, before we go, another reminder: we got some spooky stuff on the 3dor2d.com store that will help us out if you buy some spooky shirts or tote bags, and use code GHOST24 for 11% off. All right, guys. Is there anything else you want to mention about the fall preview, or nah?
No, just tell them to shop early and shop often.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Jacob?
Same sentiments.
All right. Well, we'll get back to you for another show soon. We're trying to get caught up with the podcast and stuff, and we wanted to make this out sooner than later, because it's already September, and the next movie is going to come out in a week or two. So the first movie in the fall. So that's the fall preview for 2024. That's going to be it from us. Thank you for listening. Bye.
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 Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank MK Ultra, Gravity Head Zero, Travante Classics, and Axe Folk for being my super VIP patrons on Patreon. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Links are in the info box. If you want to send us listener mail, our email address is email3dortwood@gmail.com. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.